All right guys, Dusty here with Rocky Mountain Crane with the Liebherr 81k.1. We're going to show you today how to reconfigure the crane. If it loses the memory of the configuration, it will not allow you to do any functions. So we're going to walk through how to reconfigure it so that you can get back up and running quickly. Here you can see on the upper right screen, it's showing us that we have a trolley at a distance of 15.4 feet. And our jib is 148 feet long. So that's going to be a telling indicator that we're in a good working position, and we'll show you a picture of what it'll look like when it loses its configuration. So the crane has now lost its configuration, and we'll show you what the remote's going to look like. So as you can see down here, it's saying it doesn't know how long of a jib you have set up for the crane. So that I was also going to tell you, and also down here on the weight it says 0. So we know that the crane's lost its configuration, and we are now going to reconfigure in the computer so that we now get this remote back up and working. We've opened the side panel now on the left side of the crane, on the rear of the panel. You're going to switch it from work mode in the middle here to scaling in the left. It's going to change screens. You're now going to hit the F2 button, which is also the next page. You're going to go through each one of these screens and make sure that there's a little checkbox above or next to each one. So this is telling us the wind. It has a checkbox, so we're good to go. This one is telling us that we have the standard counterweight tail swing configuration. It has a checkbox. We're going to hit next, F2. This one is telling us that we have 14 weights on, which we do, but we have an X. So what we have to do is then hit the F6 button until we get over to the X and make sure it's a check. Once it's a check, then we can hit the next page. We don't have any central ballast, it has a checkbox. We have number of towers, it has a checkbox. We don't have the ballasting block pinned, and we're using 81k.1 tower. We're at 0 degrees, and we're not allowing them to do the 45 degree. We don't have a cab. So here you can see that we have the summary screen. This is where you're most likely just going to be missing the check mark. So you want to go to once the summary screen comes up, you're going to see an OK with an X. You're going to hit the F6 button one time, and it's going to select OK. You're going to hit it one more time. That's going to change to a check mark. Also, once you see that check mark, you're going to be able to see that your remote now says 147.6 feet and a capability of 6.6 tons where you're currently at. So now we know that the crane knows its configuration, and it will allow you to go back to work. Once you get done with that, you're going to change this key from the left key, scaling, back to a vertical position of work. It'll ask you to restart the remote. Once you restart the remote, you are good to go.